A symbol under fire, what many view as the image of hate, sits on a wall at a Claremore museum. It's been there for years, but there hasn't been much attention on this until now.
This is the second time in the 50 years I've been here that's even been brought up.
An Oklahoma group is so upset about it, they're demanding it be removed.
2 Works for You reporter Katie Wisely is in Claremore looking into the history behind the mark.
It was the cornerstone in Clem Van Rogers' livery stable.
From a distance, it's hard to read the message below the initials.
They sold it for $400, and in 1936, they started this building. Well, Will had already died, and they decided to name it for him.
A piece of history that's been around for more than 100 years and sits on the south side of the building at the Claremore Museum of History.
I think it's offensive to me that someone would think that a cornerstone would be so hate-filled that you'd have to remove it.
This symbol under fire.
But for Native Americans, it was who were very much life and earth and sun, and that's what it meant to them.
Pat Reeder remembers it as a patch on soldiers' uniforms of the 45th Division in World War I. Mostly from Oklahoma.
I couldn't find anything that called it a name. I think it was given the name whenever Hitler decided that he needed a symbol.
Black Lives Matter advocate Reverend Mario Johnson wants it removed.
When you see it now, it's a public representation of hate. And regardless of what it meant then, how people see it now.
He says the meaning has changed over time and wants any sign of hate removed.
The swastika signs is the main point.
So the country can move forward.
I don't believe that it'll be too much of a hard process because it's very understandable.
Just off Will Rogers Boulevard, the Cornerstone's home that this proud Cherokee.
Second time in 50 years that anybody has said anything to me about it.
Doesn't want to see go. Reverend Johnson says he plans to reach out to the president of the museum to set up a meeting to express his concerns. Reporting in Claremore, Katie Wisely, 2 Works for You.